Welcome, Scorpio. I know you're not here by accident. The recent dreams you couldn't explain, the quiet pull in your chest, the feeling that something unseen is shifting, all of it has led you to this very moment. And I'm not here to offer you something pretty or poetic. I'm here because something deeper is moving, a truth you've already felt in silence. Destiny is calling. The symbol that has emerged in your reading is one ancient and undeniable, la muerte, death, but not the kind you fear. Not physical. This is the death of the old self, the version of you that lived out of fear, out of defense, out of pain you never fully processed. That version is falling away now, and from the ashes, you are being reborn, slowly, deliberately, into someone stronger, clearer, and finally aligned with what you were always meant to carry. Scorpio, you can feel it, can't you? The energy of someone returning. Not just anyone, someone who once meant everything, someone you loved in a way you couldn't explain to others, and maybe couldn't even explain to yourself. You thought it was over. You thought you moved on. But what never left was the connection between your souls. That thread was never cut. It only went quiet, waiting for the timing to open again. And that timing is now. This is not coincidence. This is destiny unfolding in real time. A sacred rewriting of what once broke you, now ready to return, not in its old form, but as something wiser, more grounded and unmistakably faded. This is not about nostalgia. It's about a chapter that was always meant to return, but only after both of you had changed enough to hold it. In this video, I'll walk you through what's happening within you and around you. This isn't just about another person. It's about your own reckoning, a homecoming not only to love, but to your truth. And if you're ready to face that without flinching, without sugarcoating, then this may be the most important message you've received all year. Let's begin. You've likely noticed the signs, the dreams that return night after night, speaking in symbols you can't quite explain, but always seem to circle back to the same person. The numbers 666, 1212 showing up on clocks, receipts, street signs, the songs that seem to find you at just the right moment, or the random objects that pull your thoughts back to someone you thought you had long forgotten. None of it is accidental. These are signals from the universe, subtle threads being woven into your awareness to prepare you for what's coming. It is the language of energy, and your soul understands it even when your mind tries to dismiss it. The person you've been feeling is feeling you too, and whether they know it or not, they're being pulled in your direction by a force far greater than longing or nostalgia. Something is aligning. This reunion isn't just about unfinished love. It's not a rewrite of an old story. It's the activation of a deeper mission. One your souls agreed to long before either of you understood what that would mean. You didn't just come here to love each other. You came to do something with that love, to become a vessel for light in a world that's starving for it, to create, to heal, to inspire, whether through a shared purpose, a child, a movement, or a quiet kind of love that radiates outward without needing to be seen. The point is, this reconnection is sacred. It's part of something larger than either of you alone. And now that you're no longer who you once were, you're finally ready to hold the kind of love that doesn't just feel good. As this transformation begins to stir beneath the surface, you may have already started to feel its weight pressing into every layer of your being, not just emotionally, but physically, mentally, and spiritually. Perhaps your body has felt heavier or lighter in inexplicable ways. Your sleep disturbed by dreams that linger into daylight, or your heart tightens and loosens without warning, as if it's preparing for something it remembers but your mind has not yet caught up to. You might find yourself withdrawing from people or situations that once felt familiar, sensing, without needing evidence, that something about them no longer matches who you are becoming. That discomfort you've been feeling isn't a breakdown, it's a clearing. A sacred unraveling of everything you once clung to in order to survive, now being peeled away so that you can begin to live, not in pieces, but as your whole self. This is what spiritual awakening often looks like when it moves through Scorpio's soul. It is raw, it is intimate, it is a slow burning fire that doesn't just light you up, it burns away the parts of you that have outlived their purpose. Old stories, old identities, old versions of love that were rooted in control, fear, or longing. They can no longer survive in the atmosphere you're stepping into. And as they fall away, something ancient stirs inside you. A remembering, not with words, but with a kind of knowing that rises from the marrow of your bones. You may find yourself drawn to symbols, faces, names that feel familiar though you've never known them in this life. These are soul memories, fragments from other lifetimes, rising now because they are finally safe to be felt and integrated. You are not just evolving, you are reclaiming the power you once had to hide. This period of purification isn't gentle, but it is necessary. You are not losing your connections, you are refining them. The people and patterns that are fading aren't punishments. They are space being made for something sacred to take root. Because the kind of love that is returning to you is not meant to fit into the old frameworks you built out of fear or scarcity. It is a soul-deep love, one that asks for truth, presence, and a willingness to be seen exactly as you are. And you, Scorpio, are ready now, not just to feel it, but to receive it without resistance. That readiness is what's changing everything. And if what I've spoken so far echoes somewhere deep within your chest, if a part of you has been silently nodding, recognizing yourself in every word, then now is the moment to speak, not just to me, not to a screen, but to the universe that's been waiting for your signal. There is a power in declaration, a power in saying aloud what your soul has known in silence. When you write, I accept the transformation of my destiny, you are not just typing a sentence. You are releasing resistance. You are opening a door in the unseen, allowing the energies that have been circling your field to finally enter and shape the reality you've always longed for. When you comment, my heart is open to true love, you are giving permission to life itself to meet you where you are now. Not where you used to be, not where you pretended to be, but here, in the truth of your becoming. And when you say, I am ready for my true love, something in the field shifts. Something ancient in your soul clicks into place and your timeline begins to bend toward reunion, not just with a person, but with the part of you that never stopped believing, even when everything around you told you to give up. Every word you share, every like you give carries frequency. In this moment, these actions are more than gestures, they're activations. Scorpio, you above all others understand the language of energy, of intention, of unseen currents moving beneath the surface. You've walked through enough shadow to know that what's invisible is often more real than what's in front of you. So treat this moment as sacred. Speak your desire into the current. Let your words become signals. Let your energy become a beacon. You are not just watching, you are participating in the unfolding of your fate. Let this be your offering to the universe, a clear, unflinching yes. Yes to transformation, yes to reunion, yes to love that is written not just in longing, but in purpose. Say it now and say it fully. Your soul already has. This message isn't casual. It was never meant to be digested lightly or half listened to while you scroll. It's the kind of message that finds you when your soul is tired of silence, when you've gone so long pretending you've moved on that you almost believed it yourself. But the truth is, this isn't just about closure or longing or the desire to feel wanted again. This is a twin flame transmission, a rare and deliberate call across lifetimes that pierces through logic, time, and memory, reaching straight into the center of who you are. And if you've made it this far, Scorpio, it's because you're not here to play it safe. You're here to remember. You're here to awaken. You're here to walk through the fire and come out the other side transformed. The person returning to your life isn't just a lover from the past. They're the reflection of everything you've battled to reclaim within yourself, the mirror of the passion, the pain, the promise you made before you ever met them in this lifetime. This isn't about revisiting an old love story. It's about stepping into the next chapter of a divine narrative that was paused, never ended. Their return is the trigger, but the awakening, that's yours. That is the part no one can take from you. You are not just remembering them. You are remembering who you were before the heartbreak, before the fear, before you learned to dim your own light for safety. This journey is not for the faint of heart. And you, Scorpio, were never meant to live a faint life. This is why it hurts. This is why it stirs so deeply, because you feel it in your bones that something is coming, something sacred, something real, and it's shaking loose everything that can no longer hold space for the truth of who you are. You are not here to replay old patterns. You are here to rewrite them, to dissolve the karmic echoes that once kept you trapped and step into a higher timeline where your connection isn't built on chasing or chaos or control, but on resonance, mutual evolution, and purpose. And it begins now, not when they return, not when the conversation happens, not when the path becomes clear, but here, in your own decision to surrender to the process, to the purification, to the profound remembering that is already taking place. Let this video be more than a prediction. Let it be a ritual, a quiet but powerful turning point, a place where your soul makes a choice to no longer delay its own expansion because you've known for a long time that something bigger was waiting. Now you're remembering it was always you. And while so much of this journey has been centered around love, memory, and soul connection, Scorpio, you know that transformation doesn't happen in only one area of your life. When your heart shifts, when your energy realigns, everything else must follow, including your relationship with abundance, money, and the structures that sustain your physical world. Because this return of deep soul energy is not separate from your financial reality, it is intimately tied to it. As you shed the layers of your old identity, you are also releasing the scarcity, the fear, the inherited beliefs around money that were never truly yours to carry. You may have noticed the tension building, not just emotionally, but materially. Unexpected bills, uncertainty around career moves, the unsettling sense that what once worked is no longer working. That is not failure. That is the universe quietly closing the door on an outdated version of security. You are no longer meant to survive off of what drains you. You are being called into alignment with resources that reflect your true frequency. And that means walking away from what gave you income but took your soul. The discomfort you're feeling now around money is not punishment. It's pressure being applied in just the right places to force clarity, to push you toward courage, to remind you that you were never meant to settle. This portal you are in, the same one that is calling love back into your life, is also calling back your power to receive, not to hustle endlessly, not to beg or prove yourself worthy, but to receive from a place of deep alignment and emotional truth. And here's what most won't tell you. Financial abundance for someone like you is emotional. You don't chase numbers. You chase meaning. And when your work, your purpose, your time begins to align with what actually lights you up, the flow of money becomes a natural extension of your authenticity. The money follows the truth, not the other way around. This is your moment to release guilt around wanting more, to let go of shame around your ambitions. You are allowed to want comfort. You are allowed to desire luxury, security, even extravagance. Not to fill a void, but to honor the power you fought so hard to reclaim. You've given so much of yourself for free, your time, your emotional labor, your creativity, and the cycle of overgiving ends now. The universe is preparing to send you opportunities that match your worth, but it will only happen when you stop accepting less than what you truly need. You don't have to prove you're strong by doing everything alone anymore. You don't have to suffer for your blessings. You only need to say yes to what feels aligned and no to what no longer fits. This financial rebirth, like everything else unfolding, is a mirror of your internal transformation. You are not just manifesting income, you are rewriting your definition of wealth. For Scorpio, wealth is never just about money. It is about freedom, depth, autonomy, and impact. And that is exactly what's being reshaped for you now. You are not here to serve systems that exploit your gifts. You are here to create systems that honor them. So trust what's falling apart. Trust what's being removed. And most of all, trust that your next chapter will not only bring you love, but also the material foundation to finally support the life your soul came here to live. So if you've made it this far, Scorpio, if your heart has stayed open through every word, if your body has felt the weight and truth of what's unfolding, then let this be your confirmation you are not lost. You are not waiting in vain. You are not behind. You are in the exact space the universe needs you to be, right on time, right on path, shedding the skin of everything you've outgrown and preparing for the return of everything that is truly yours. The love, the purpose, the abundance, all of it has been circling, waiting for your yes. This moment is not about control. It is about surrender. Not the kind that means giving up, but the kind that means trusting deeply in a plan you can't always see, but have always felt. And As you stand here, between the ashes of what was and the quiet spark of what is becoming, know this. Your soul has already chosen the future. Your only task now is to walk toward it with your eyes open, your heart soft, and your power intact. So say it, Scorpio, I am ready. Write it below. Anchor it in the physical. Let your words become a ritual. Let your breath become a prayer. Let this video mark the beginning, not of waiting, but of arriving. Because what's coming is not a fantasy, it is a promise, and it's already on its way to you.